iOS 15 is here. I've been playing with it for a while, if I'm honest. So today, iOS 15, has Apple improved the operating system? In fact, I also have Android 12 beta, but it's pretty much the real Android. Is iOS 15 now got the features to rival Android and maybe help some of those Android people switch over? I don't know. Let's have a look, shall we? So let's kick this off with, let me just get this in focus there. Let's kick this off with notifications. So iOS 15 and notifications have been improved dramatically. We can see that we get two little notifications there. It will hide everything if you set it to and only show when the phone has been unlocked, when it recognises Face ID, which is really good. Also as well with notifications now, if we just slightly, very slightly, we now get options and we click on options and we can mute for 1 hour, mute for the day, or we can view settings, or we can turn off, which is a nice feature. And of course, if we don't want to see that, we can just simply swipe and we can clear that notification. And the same with Facebook, we can do the same thing. So notifications have been improved greatly. Also as well now with notifications on iOS, you can see now at the bottom here, if I just bring this up and click on it once, we now have grouped notifications. So they've improved it greatly. I like what they've done with it. However, let me just shift this slightly to the side and bring in Android 12 beta. Let me just open this up. And there we go there. When it comes to notifications, I think Android, even just the animation. Now this is a Pixel, Google Pixel. We get some focus here. This is the Google Pixel 3 XL with running Android 12 beta. Now, say Android 12 beta, we are now coming to the final stages. This is probably what you're going to get. However, I just think the way that Android do notifications, like straight in the notification, I can see the image. I get a little time sign where I can now snooze for 1 hour and everything else. You can do a lot more with the Android notifications. I just think the way that they do it is a lot better. Next, I want to talk about what's new in iOS 15, and that is, of course, the home screen and widgets and what we can now do with iOS 15. Now, of course, I can do this on the iPad as well, the iPad new iOS 15, and they've greatly improved it. You can see now that we can now have widgets that we can stack. So these call these stacks, and we can group widgets and we can change the order. So if we had 3 or 4 of those, we can change the order in which those widgets, and we can place those at the bottom or at the top. However, unlike Android, they still snap to a particular part of the screen. So I can't just have, say, an icon down here and an icon up here like we can with Android. However, they have greatly improved it. If we go to the right there, we got load more widgets. We can have a large widget. We can also now, another thing that they've done, if we just click and hold and click on the plus button, there is a lot more widgets and there are more coming. They don't do a widget for every app, but what they have done, like if we wanted to select, for example, the sleep app, we just get different sizes. Oh, maybe that's probably the wrong one. Let's go for a Spotify one. We get different sizes of widgets. It hasn't got the large one for Spotify. Let's check stocks. So stocks has got the large one, so we can choose those different types and we can add those widgets. We can add a multiple widgets. We could add just widgets if we want on that phone. Another thing that we can do is click and hold this, touch this button here, and now we have our home screens. If I don't want to see that screen, I can just simply touch that, go back, and now that screen has gone. It's vanished. So if we go back into that, I can then re-enable that by doing that. It's really nice. But if you notice, when I click on that at the top here, we can see that there is a little minus sign. I can delete that from the home screen completely. So that is a nice little touch from Apple there. So I love the way that they've done it. They greatly improved it. However, you still can't add the widgets where you want on those screens. Of course, it will snap to the grid. So if I was to click and hold and we want to edit the home screen, for example, and I want to drag that down here, I can do that. But you can see all the icons then snap back to the top. And of course, it snapped back down again. I can't put where I want it like I can on Android. So here are some pictures. One of the things that they've now done, if we click on this picture here, a picture of me, I can hardly see that text, but if I click and hold it, I can now copy that text, and then I can go to something like notes, for example. Let me just do a quick note, open that up, and I can then paste that, and it will paste the text from the image into a photo. I think that is a fantastic feature. Doesn't matter even if you're doing it live from your photos, or if you're on Safari, for example. Maybe you're opening up something on Safari, you want to copy and paste that text from an image. It does it really, really well. Let me just see if I've got anything else in here that's got some text on it. Let's have a look at this watch. So if I click on that, there you go. It allows me to, the two that I can select that. And again, we can go back to our notes app, click on open up a quick note, and click and paste, and there we go, it pastes that straight in. I think this is a really well done feature. I love this. It's the fact that now you can just literally copy and paste, and there it is straight in the notes app, and you've got it where you need it. Really, really good idea. I like that. Another thing with this live capturing text, so if we go to a particular, say we was in Spain or somewhere like that, and we're looking up a website and we can't see, we can simply click, drag on the text, and it comes up with translate, and we can translate on the fly, and it will tell you what it is in English. I love that feature. So we can translate on the fly in any text form. So if it's in any language, iOS now will translate that on the fly for you. Fantastic. Next, I want to look at Safari and what they've done with this. You can see now that the address bar is not at the top. It is now here at the bottom. I love what they've done with iOS 15. However, if you don't like this, I know some people don't like change, you can just simply click on the address bar at the bottom. I think it's a tap and hold, is it? I could be wrong. And you can shift that to the top. I can't remember how you do that now. Is it? Yeah, so yeah, then we can go back to show address bar at the top, so we click on that, and now it goes back to iOS 14 look and feel, which means you have it at the top. Now if you're running a big phone like the iPhone Pro Max, you've got to click at the top. I personally don't like that, so if we just click up back on there, and we can put that straight back at the bottom. We can also do this in settings, but what I like about this being the address bar at the bottom, it's just there, it's easy. And also as well, if I want to open a new page, I can simply scroll along, and now I can open up a new page. I can open up Twitter, I can go into YouTube, and well, just there we go into YouTube, and again I can scroll along there. However, if I want to scroll up, I can see my multiple tabs. Now the other thing that we can do with tabs, we can click on tabs and we can create a group. We can say a new empty group or a new tab group. So let's say, for example, I have a load of sports pages. Say I want to watch, I don't know, BBC Sport, I've got Sky Sports and some sort of Premier League thing. All those tabs I can have in a group called Sports. If I'm searching for cars, I can create a whole tab for cars. So when I go into that tab, I can then see the all the tabs that are related to that. Really nice touch on this one with Apple, what they've done here. It just makes browsing so much more easier. It's a really, really nice feature. And of course, if you don't want any tabs at all, we can just simply click and go back. Really nice touch. Another nice feature that they've put in Safari now is, of course, voice search. So it's going to copy everything I say. So let me just turn that off. And then we do youtube.com. And it will take you straight to YouTube, which I think is an absolute brilliant. Straight in, without having to type anything at all, and we are there. I think it's a really, really nice feature, the voice search within Safari. This new feature that they've brought, and a lot of people I think are kind of just stepping over this, and I want to go into this a little bit more detail, is this one here, focus. So if we just click on this and just go in, we've got all these different focuses that I've set up. I've got making a video, I've got fitness, there's driving, sleep, work, personal, and do not disturb, and we can create a new focus. When we select those particular focuses, so if we want to edit, I don't know, let's say that we got the fitness, for example, I can see for 1 hour until in the evening or till I get home, I can select how long I want that enabled. Now to go into this, we just go into our settings menu, we just go into focus here, and then we've got into our fitness here. Now what we have, I can enable this straight from the off. Now I've got, click on this, people that I allow that what we'll do is these are people allowed. Calls and notifications from people you allow will be delivered immediately when fitness focus is turned on. So only these selected people I will allow to speak to me while I'm in fitness or doing the gym or whatever. Also, we can select on calls. Who do we allow calls from when we are at work or when we are doing our fitness, or whether we're in the car driving? You can select who you want to allow calls from. You can actually select no one at all. And what will happen is, if we go to the apps as well, we can say what apps we would like to have. So I've got all my fitness apps and my music apps, which is what I listen to. What apps you want to allow during that focus period, which is a really, really good move. Also, as well, what we have in this is we also have focus status on. So if we just click on that, what this does, if you just see down here, is while I'm in that particular focus period, when someone tries to contact me, message me or whatever, it will notify them with this little message at the bottom here, as you can see, that says Stephen has notifications silence, notify anyway. It will tell them that I'm in a particular focus mode. That's why Stephen might not come back to you quickly as you would like, because he's in that focus mode. So it allows people to say, okay, Steve's not coming back to me straight away because he's in the middle of doing the gym or whatever he's doing, or he's driving his car. A really nice feature. We can also add schedule or automation. I've also got this on automatic. So the moment I start my fitness app on my watch, the focus for fitness automatically kicks in. I've also done the same for driving. That automatically kicks in when it knows I'm driving. It's also got home screen. Now, what you can do with this, you can hide badges and notifications, and you can select which screens that you want. So we can edit pages, and we can select and hide which screens that we want on during our focus period. So for example, if it was just work and we just wanted our email, calendar, Zoom calls, FaceTime, whatever it might be, you can have just those screens enabled for that focus period. It's a really good feature for you to not be disturbed at the weekends or in the evenings by work, because you can switch on personal, which means you're now in your personal focus and you don't want to be bothered by work stuff. I like the way Apple have done this. I think the focus feature is a fantastic feature. I think there's a lot more to come with that as well. And you can customize, you can actually add a focus yourself by simply, if you're gaming, mindfulness, reading, or just simply set a custom one, you can choose your icons. Really nice feature that Apple have done here. Another big feature that they've launched this year is Share Time. I think this is really good. FaceTime now works through any device, so you can use it through a link. So I can create a link, I can share that, I can copy that link, I can do whatever I want. And like Zoom or Skype or any of those, I can now have a new FaceTime call, which is a really nice idea. If we just go back, sorry, let me just, so we do a new FaceTime, I can select a FaceTime with someone, and I don't know, I haven't got anyone that I can call at the moment. However, within that FaceTime, if I'm watching a video or if I'm listening to some music, I can literally share that video or music with that person while we are watching it together. I think what they've done with Share Time on Apple is fantastic. So if I'm listening to a particular song on Apple Music or on Spotify, or if I'm watching something from Apple TV, a film or something like that, or maybe on Netflix, I can then call my friend on FaceTime and we can watch that together. I can even set a focus for that so we don't get interrupted whilst we're watching that film together. Share Time on what they're doing is fantastic. And also as well, the fact, I don't think it's released yet, but there is also going to be an ability to play games together through Share Time, but I don't think Apple's released that yet. There's also different microphone modes in that focus. It can bring in the background noise, it can isolate the background noise. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. It really is something special. There is a lot of, I would love to be able to show you, but I don't think, let me just see if my daughter will be available, but I think she's at school. No, she's at school. So yeah, I think what you could do there is really good. I think the share time is a fantastic feature. The fact that you're going to be able to play games with your friends together on the same, together like interlinked as if you was on the PlayStation, I think that's going to be really good. There you go. My daughter's just saying, "Are you okay?" Yeah. Just. Bless her. So yeah, it's a really nice feature, is share time. A really big update, and I actually really like this, is the weather app. Bless her. The weather app here is really greatly improved. I think what they've done here, it looks clean. It gives you a whole forecast. It gives you a 10-day forecast now. We also get the temperature. So if we click on this, we get different settings we can look around. But up here, we also have precipitation and air quality. So we can click on air quality and it will give you the air quality in the area, the location that you're at. The precipitation, you'll see there'll be a little play button and it will give you the forecast of air precipitation in that particular area at that time. And you'll see some of this change. I mean, we could probably select, let's try a different place. But look, there's tons and tons of information here that you can go into. It really is good. And of course, if we just scroll along, we need somewhere that's probably not so there's nice cloud. If we got somewhere that's rain, let's have a look. No, everywhere looks pretty sunny around the world at the moment. There we go, we've got something at night time. Let's have a look, see if we can get some precipitation here in Australia and just show you the live emanation that we get. No, it's not going to give us it, is it? Yep, so we've got some precipitation there building up. You could see that there. Now, what this also allows us to do is if we click on this, we can do the different notifications, different locations. But I think as well we can, if I remember rightly, let me do my location, take us back to there. I'm sure there is, if I remember rightly, I think it might be back here. I can't remember where I found it. I know it's here. Let me just see. Up here. Click on the three dots, notifications. So we can select notifications in a particular area for precipitation. So what it will do, it will notify you if it's going to rain or if it's going to snow and give you a pre-warning of the changes in the precipitation, in the air quality and so forth. You'll get notifications. They really have, and I guess this is all because of the accumulation that Apple has done with Dark Sky. But I must admit, the weather app now is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know how much people get into the weather app or take note of the weather app, especially if you're someone that's traveling. It really is a fantastic piece of kit now, what they've done with this weather app. It really is good. Let's have a look at New York. What's New York up to? And I just love the way that the animations are working. There we go, we've got precipitation, we can see it changing. They've really done a lot with this app now, and I think that's all down to the acquirement of Dark Sky. And let's go into the messaging app. So now with the messaging app, we have new emojis. We can add a new one. We've got all different ones. What they've done with the messaging app now is really good. We can edit that emoji. We've got a load more. We now have clothes. So we've got different types of clothes. For some of those emojis that have clothes, we could do hoodies. We've got stylish jackets if we want to put a stylish jacket, or if we want to be a bit boring with a cardigan or a roll neck jumper or V-neck. Or maybe we want a bit of a poncho going on. Or if we want to look a little bit trendy. I don't know if that's trendy, I don't know. I'm just going to stick with the hoodie for now. That looks really good. They've got loads of different clothing stuff. They've also got, let me just show you now. We've also got the second bit of clothing, the clothing that goes underneath. And we've also got third bits of clothing that can go. We also have headgear. We've got all the different types of headgear. If we wanted to put that on, you can see now they've updated this unbelievably with different colours, face masks as well. They've even updated the eyewear. There's plenty of new glasses that you can go through if you really fancy putting on some glasses. And of course, you can change the colour in that. You can even change the frames and the lenses. So if you wanted to change the lenses to a different colour to the frame, for example, you can do. They've really gone all out. The facial hair, obviously, they've gone. I mean, I don't need to go through this. You can check it for yourselves. They've really gone all out with the memojis. It's a really fantastic stuff what they've done. Another thing that they've done is photo stacks. So if I wanted to add a photo and go into my photos, for example, let me just click up here. I can select a group of photos like this and stick that in there. And now you can see there's these photo stacks. Now, what happens when the other person gets that? You can swipe those stacks. She'll get those in a group of stacks, and those can be swiped away or swiped across to see those photos before you click and go into each photo. It's a really, really nice idea with photo stacking in Messages. I love the way they've done it. And also as well, if you share anything to do with music or TV or anything like that, like if I wanted to go in and share a particular song like that and share that with Charlotte, my daughter, she will also, not only will she get that there and it will take her straight into music, but if she goes into a music app and goes into Apple Music, for example, into the Listen Now, I think she gets, is it there or is it Browse? I think it might be one of these she gets, or it might be Shared. One of these, she'll get something pop up that says Stephen is sharing, or your dad is sharing this particular song. So not only does it do it in Messages, but you'll also see it within the app itself. Really nice feature. Another huge change that Apple have gone through, and I have to admit, this has been really good. Now, I've always been someone that uses Waze or Google Maps. I've been using this now for a little while, and what they've done is fantastic. Let me just let's just try San Francisco. I don't know, San Francisco International Airport. And now you can see now that we can, if we just use two fingers, we got 2D. We can go out. We can look at all the buildings. Let me just scroll in. You can actually see now that all these different types of, you can really look around how they've done. I mean, this is just San Francisco. You can see bike lanes. In fact, let's go to not far from me. Okay, and we can zoom in. It's nice and quick. I mean, even down to, there it is, the HMS Belfast, which is there. We can just, I love what they've done with maps now, this 3D, you know, and it even tells you where the bike lanes are. It tells you everything you need to know. I love it. And also as well, if we just drag up, for example, it can give you information about the place, restaurants. Basically, they're doing what Google's been doing for a while, I'm guessing, but now that we can do a flyover as well, that brings it into, you know, if we scroll forward, we can come up, we can see Buckingham Palace coming into there, Westminster Abbey. It's just a really nice feature. We can see the London Eye here, the River Thames. You know, you can see that actually spinning. I mean, that is a really nice feature. I think now I will be using this maps. Let me just scroll down. I think we can come up here to the River Thames, to Tower Bridge. Can we get there? Can we get there? Where are we? Come on. There it is, HMS Belfast, the old World War. There's the Shard. Let's go through the Shard. And we can zoom right into HMS Belfast, which is there. We can literally zoom right in, and over here to Tower Bridge. We can zoom that around. I think what they've done with maps now has been absolutely phenomenal. Even down to like the bike lanes and everything that you can see. I think there's a bike lane along here, if I believe rightly. Yep, so yeah, cycle, the cycle superhighway. It tells you everything you need to know. What they've done with maps, I just think is brilliant. I just think, you know, even looking at the buildings, you know, I just think the map side of it is fantastic. We can even start a tour of the London, you know, so it tells you where to eat. I think maps, what they've done here, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So what do you think? iOS 15, it's got some really nice features. I think there are certain things that I like on Android better than I do on the iOS 15. However, I think they've greatly improved the software experience on this. I really do. I've got my iPhone 13 on order, so hopefully that will come. I'm hoping Apple send me a product to review. If you're watching, please send me a product to review. But you know, to be fair, if you've got the iPhone Pro 12 Max and you're not really into cinematic mode or ProRes, I think the phone's a little bit heavier as well. I don't really see a point in upgrading. especially when you get the iOS 15, and as you saw, some of the features there that they've done with maps and messaging and stuff like that, they've really done a good job. I'm really impressed on where they're going. It just feels, you know, Android is really good, and I love Android, but I just love the cleanness of it. Yes, I know they've got ProMotion 120 Hz that adjusts and stuff like that with the new phone. I just don't see the point in upgrading at the moment. I mean, if they send me a phone, I'll take it. I do use the cameras a hell of a lot. Will I use that cinematic thing? I don't really shoot movies on it, but I do a lot of I do a lot of stuff that I'm shooting. Maybe, I don't know. They always seem to pack a feature into the iPhone, don't they? That you kind of I want that, like the ProMotion, the cinematic, the ProRes that's come in. But I don't think there's enough this year. I don't think there's enough this year to make me actually really want to change and spend the extra cash. Now, I could trade this in. I did look at the Apple trade-in, if there's something that you are interested in. And for the iPhone 12 Pro Max 256 gig, they offered me £549 trade-in for that. So that would come off of the £1,000 or whatever it is I would pay for the other phone. So I'd get the next phone for around about £500. I could probably get more for that if I sold it privately. I don't know. I honestly don't know. This phone's been really good. I can't, you know, apart from there's a new blue colour and the cameras are a little bit bigger. iOS 15 works absolutely fine on this. I've not had any battery drainage. There are a few little bugs, like some of the widgets when I go across, they've been missing. Also, I was noticed when I was in the gym the other day, I put the music on, but I couldn't control the music through my watch. It wasn't recognising that the AirPods were connected to the iPhone and not going through the watch, whereas previous I could control forwarding and reversing music up and down the volume on my watch without having to get my phone out. However, if I put my music directly through the watch without the phone being there, then I could control it from my watch. I don't quite know if that looks like a little bit of a bug. I will report that to Apple. However, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please don't forget to hit the notification bell. Make sure you smash that like button. It will let other people know that you enjoyed this video. And until next week, I guess I shall see you in the next one. Please also don't forget to hit that subscribe. A lot of people watching the videos not hitting that subscribe button. The subscribe, it's free. Doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe and that like button. Thanks guys, thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.